Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following MLB matches that is happening on Thursday, August 3rd, 2023. We will be providing our team, total and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. The Diamondbacks have had issues at the dish in the last few games, and in losing the last 2 games of this series they have only totaled 5 runs. In the last game they lost 4-2 where they only had 5 hits and Jace Peterson and Corbin Carroll each had an RBI. Christian Walker, .26322 HR 68 RBI, leads the club in both HR and RBI, did not start the last game and was 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter, and in the last 5 games only has 2 hits and 1 RBI. Ketel Marte, .29118 HR 57 RBI, leads the team in batting average and had his modest 5-game hitting streak snapped in the last game, going 0 for 4. On the season the D-backs rank 10th in the majors in runs scored, 24th in team ERA and are 29-24 on the road. Brandon Pfaadt, 0-4 8.20 ERA 1.63 whip, takes the hill for this series finale, and the rookie looks for his first career win in his 9th start. In his last start he gave up 3 runs on 8 hits in 5 2/3 innings in a 4-3 home win over the Seattle Mariners. After giving up 11 runs in 2 starts he has given up 3 in each of his last 2 outings. Pfaadt only has 3 road starts this season, and after getting lit up in the first one he has given up 3 runs in each of the last 2. This is his first career appearance facing the Giants. In the first game of this series the Giants gave up 4 runs in a loss, but they have won the last 2 games scoring 4 runs in each. In the last game they beat the D-backs 4-2 where J.D. Davis was 2 for 4 with 2 RBI and Brandon Crawford and Isan Diaz had an RBI. San Fran is led by a pitching staff that ranks 8th in baseball in team ERA and 16th in runs scored. Davis, .26014 HR 54 RBI, leads the club in RBI and tied for the team lead in HR and has 5 RBI over the last 6 games. Mike Yastrzemski, .23311 HR 32 RBI, has missed all 3 games of this series and will miss this game on the 10-day IL. On the season the Giants are 32-24 at home. Scott Alexander, 0-13.13 ERA 0.98 whip, is slated to get the start in the series finale, and this will only be his 4th start of the season, mainly being used out of the bullpen. He worked 1 inning of relief in Game 1 of this series, giving up 1 run on 1 hit, and in 3 appearances facing the D-backs this season he has given up 2 runs in 3 innings. Look for several pitchers to be used by the Giants in this game, as Alexander has not worked more than 1 2/3 innings in any outing this season. The Giants are coming into this series finale on a hot streak, having won their last 2 games and 4 of their last 5. The Diamondbacks, on the other hand, have been struggling, losing 3 of their last 4 games and only winning 3 of their last 10. Arizona has only scored 5 runs in the last 2 games, and they are averaging only 2.5 runs per game over their last 6 games. They will not be able to score many runs against Alex Wood and a Giants bullpen that ranks 5th in the majors in team ERA. Rookie Tommy Pfaadt is looking for his first career win, but he will not get it in this game. He has given up 3 runs in each of his last 3 starts. While the Giants will not light it up against him, they will get a few runs. That will be enough to beat a struggling Diamondbacks lineup, as San Francisco will get the win and take the series. All 3 games in this series have gone under, and that is the pick I am leaning towards in this game. The D-backs have only averaged 2.5 runs in the last 6 games and have totaled 5 runs in losing the last 2 games of this series. They will continue to struggle even facing a starter in Alexander, who has mainly been used out of the bullpen this season and will be making only his 4th start. The Giants bullpen will get a lot of work in this game, which is not a bad thing since they rank 5th in baseball in bullpen ERA. Rookie Pfaadt has given up 3 runs in each of his last 3 starts, and he and the shaky Arizona bullpen will give up some runs, but not many, facing a Giants team that has totaled 11 runs in the 3 games in this series. This game will not be a pitcher's duel, but it will not be a high-scoring affair either, so for the 4th straight game in this series the under will be the winning pick. Pittsburgh Pirates vs. Milwaukee Brewers. It's a clash of NL Central rivals on the diamond as they open up a weekend set in search of a win in Cream City. The Pittsburgh Pirates are on the road as they make the trip to kick off a 4-game set with the Milwaukee Brewers Thursday night. Pittsburgh closed a 2-game interleague set at home with the Tigers Wednesday afternoon, hoping to earn a sweep. The Pirates took the opening game of the set 4-1 on Tuesday night to ensure no worse than a split. Milwaukee played the rubber game of a 3-game set on the road against Washington Wednesday afternoon. The Brewers earned a 6-4 victory in the middle game of the series Tuesday night. This season, the Brewers have won 5 of the 6 meetings between the teams, including taking 2 of 3 on the road in the most recent series June 30th to July 2nd. Pittsburgh entered Wednesday with 3 straight wins as they downed the Tigers in the opening game of their abbreviated interleague set Tuesday night. The Pirates went into Wednesday's action 48-58 on the season and stood 4th in the NL Central, 9.5 games behind the Reds for the top spot. They were 9 games behind the Brewers for the final wild card spot in the National League. On Tuesday night, Pittsburgh finished with 8 hits with Alec Williams the lone player with 2 in the contest. Yover Peguero hit his 3rd homer of the season in the victory for the Pirates. Johan Oviedo, 5-11, earned the win as he threw 7 innings, allowing 1 run on 6 hits with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. David Bednar worked a 1-2-3 ninth, striking out 2, for his 22nd save of the year. Mitch Keller takes the ball as he logs his 23rd start of the year for the Pirates in this contest. He is 9-7 with a 3.97 ERA, a 1.212 whip, 40 walks and 145 strikeouts over 133.2 innings of work on the year. Keller took the loss in his last start, which came against the Phillies at home Friday night. He threw 5.2 innings, allowing 2 runs on 6 hits with 3 walks and 8 strikeouts in a 2-1 Pirates defeat. In his last 3 starts, Keller is 0-3 with an 8.64 ERA, a 1.86 whip, 6 walks and 16 strikeouts over 16.2 innings of work. Keller makes his 6th career start against the Brewers in this contest. He comes in 0-3 with a 4.62 ERA, a 1.382 whip, 8 walks and 28 strikeouts over 25.1 innings of work against them. Keller is 0-2 with a 3.86 ERA, a 1.102 whip, 5 walks and 24 strikeouts over 16.1 innings of work in 3 career starts at American Family Field. The Brewers have struggled a bit of late and didn't make many waves ahead of the trade deadline, with their big acquisition being the addition of Andrew Chafin from Arizona to bolster the bullpen. Milwaukee has home field advantage going for them in this contest, but Hauser has struggled in recent outings. Keller has taken the loss in 3 straight starts, but he's still been much better than we've seen in previous years. The Pirates have been better of late after dropping their first 5 games coming out of the All-Star break. In a game with mediocre lineups, lean toward the better pitcher, and that means backing the visitors. Our team pick is Pittsburgh Pirates. Milwaukee had dropped 4 straight games before picking up the win in the middle game of their series with the Nationals in the nation's capital Tuesday night. The Brewers entered Wednesday 58-50 on the season and stood 2nd in the NL Central, half a game behind the Reds for the top spot. They held the final wild card spot in the National League playoff picture. On Tuesday night, Milwaukee had 6 hits with Bryce Turang, 2 runs, 2 RBI, the lone player with 2 in the contest. The Brewers were 4 of 8 with runners in scoring position in the contest. Freddie Peralta, 7-8, earned the win as he threw 6 innings, allowing 3 runs on 6 hits with 2 walks and 7 strikeouts. Devin Williams worked a 1-2-3 ninth, striking out 1, for his 27th save of the season. Adrian Houser is on the mound as he makes his 15th appearance and 13th start of the year for the Brewers in this contest. He comes in 3-3 with a 4.43 ERA, a 1.567 whip, 23 walks and 52 strikeouts over 67 innings of work this season. Houser took the loss in his last outing, which came against Atlanta on the road Friday night. He threw 4 innings, allowing 6 runs on 8 hits with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts in a game the Brewers dropped by a 10-7 score. In his last 3 outings, Houser is 0-1 with a 6.89 ERA, a 1.66 whip, 6 walks and 18 strikeouts over 15.2 innings of work. Houser makes his 14th career appearance and 10th start against the Pirates in this contest. He is 3-3 with a 4.05 ERA, a 1.331 whip, 23 walks and 35 strikeouts over 53.1 innings of work. Houser is 9-15 with a 3.55 ERA, 1.311 whip, 98 walks and 203 strikeouts over 241 innings in 60 career appearances, 42 starts, at American Family Field. Our total pick is over. Houston Astros vs. New York Yankees. The Astros played well over the past week and they've won 4 of their last 5 games. They are now half a game behind Texas in the AL West standings and will try to take sole possession of first place with a win over the Yankees, which will give them their 5th win in their last 6 games. Houston is averaging 4.77 runs per game. Their .249 batting average is 17th in the league. Their .320 on base percentage is 15th, while their .414 slugging percentage is 13th. Kyle Tucker leads Houston with a .301 batting average and 74 RBI, while Yordan Alvarez leads the team with 19 home runs. Houston's pitching has been good, with the team giving up 4.20 runs per game. Opponents have a .242 batting average against the Astros, which is 8th in the league. Their 3.78 ERA is 3rd, while their 1.27 whip is 12th. In his last start, Javier gave up 3 hits and 3 runs in 6 innings, leading to a 4-3 loss to Tampa Bay. They will need a better effort from him if they want to win this game. The Yankees struggled over the past week and they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. They will try to turn things around with a win over the Astros, which will give them their 2nd win in their last 6 games. The Yankees have lost 4 of their last 5 games, but they've won 4 of their last 7 home games. They struggled offensively during their slump and scored only 6 runs in their last 3 games. But they will play well offensively in this game because Javier has struggled on the mound in recent starts, giving up 16 runs in his last 4 starts. He gave up 14 runs in his last 3 road starts and will have a hard time slowing down the Yankees in this game. The Astros have won 3 of their last 4 games. They struggled offensively in recent road games and scored only 10 runs in their last 3 road games. Their offensive struggles will continue in this game because Schmidt has done a good job on the mound for the Yankees in recent starts, giving up 11 runs in his last 5 starts. He gave up 6 runs in his last 3 home starts, and with New York having the best bullpen in the league, they will keep Houston's offense in check. Go with New York to cover the money line. New York is averaging 4.30 runs per game. Their .229 batting average is 29th in the league. Their .301 on base percentage is 27th, while their .402 slugging percentage is 19th. Gleyber Torres leads the Yankees with a .255 batting average and 45 RBI, while Aaron Judge leads the team with 20 home runs. New York's pitching has been good, with the team giving up 4.28 runs per game. Opponents have a .232 batting average against the Yankees, which is 2nd in the league. Their 3.93 ERA is 10th, while their 1.24 whip is 7th. In his last start, Schmidt gave up 5 hits and 3 runs in 5 innings, leading to an 8-3 win over Baltimore. They will need a better performance from him if they want to get the win. Our total pick is over. Minnesota Twins vs. St. Louis Cardinals. The Minnesota Twins have been an average offensive team throughout the regular season as they are 16th in the majors with a .726 team OPS while averaging 4.38 runs per game. They have been struggling on the road thus far as they have a team/line of .229/.307/.388 while scoring 4.17 runs in their 54 road games. Designated hitter Byron Buxton has been struggling a bit as he has a .732 OPS with 17 homers, 42 RBIs, 49 runs scored, and 9 stolen bases without being caught. The St. Louis Cardinals have been one of the best offensive teams in baseball this season as they rank 7th in the sport with a .758 team OPS while scoring 4.68 runs per game. They have been hitting better at home this year as in their 53 games at Busch Stadium, they have a .771 team OPS while averaging 5.02 runs per game. Third baseman Nolan Arenado has been hitting incredibly well as he has a .279/.327/.505/ line with 22 home runs, 78 RBIs, 48 runs scored, and 2 steals on 5 attempts. Matthew Liberatore has been brutal this season when diving into his baseball savant page as he is in the first percentile in xERA, first percentile in xBA, second percentile in strikeout percentage, and second percentile in xSLG. He throws 5 different pitches: fastball, curveball, sinker, slider, changeup, and his fastball has been getting destroyed as hitters have a .377 batting average and a .590 slugging percentage. Liberatore has not faced the Twins throughout his young career, so it will be interesting to see how he does here. When looking at the last 7 games pitched between these starters, Sonny Gray is 0-3 with a 4.79 ERA with a 1.26 WHIP in 41.1 innings, while Matthew Liberatore is 0-3 with a 7.62 ERA and a 1.96 WHIP over the course of 26 innings pitched. Diving into the offenses in the last week, there has been a slight difference as Minnesota is scoring 4 runs in their previous 4 games while St. Louis is averaging 2.2 runs in their last 5 games. All in all, go with the Minnesota Twins to win on the road here. Throughout the month of July, these starting pitchers struggled. Sonny Gray went 0-2 with a 4.85 ERA and a 1.21 WHIP in 5 starts, while Matthew Liberatore was 0-1 with a 13.50 ERA and a .522 batting average against in 2 games. Neither team has pitched well since the All-Star break either, as the Twins are 23rd with a 4.81 team ERA while the Cardinals are currently 19th with a 4.50 team ERA thus far. Go with over 9 runs as the best play here.